Rising temperatures affect societies and humanity. Example Greenland. Cambridge. A new climate endgame agenda is needed, according to researchers, who also claim that little research has been done on the mechanisms by which rising temperatures affect societies and humanity. Example Greenland may pose a catastrophic threat to. For example, if the rise in temperature is worse than many predictions or causes a cascade of events that we have yet to consider, or indeed both. The research, led by Luke Kemp, was published in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences, PNAS. Researchers say it's important to predict catastrophic risks to have a better chance of preventing them. The irreversible and potentially catastrophic risks of human-induced climate change must be factored into our planning and actions. If there is a common thread in science over the past 30 years, it is this: the more we learn about how our planet works, the more there is cause for concern. Tipping points are approaching, not only because we are emitting more greenhouse gases, but also because we are increasingly realizing that our planet is a more fragile and more sophisticated organism with feedbacks and interactions, which can suddenly change its functions from cooling to amplifying and warming. The Amazon dieback and the melting of the Greenland ice sheet are examples of systems that can rapidly accelerate from cooling sinks to warming sources. That means we can't beat ourselves up to just looking at average values. We have to factor in nonlinear high-level risks. The key is to do the math of disaster to avoid it. There are many reasons to believe that climate change could be catastrophic, even at modest levels of warming, said lead author Luke Kemp of Cambridge's Center for the Study of Existential Risk. Climate change has played a role in every mass extinction event. It has helped shape declining empires and history. Even the modern world seems to conform to a particular climate niche. They said. High temperatures, such as extreme weather events. Knock-on effects such as financial crises, conflicts, and outbreaks of new diseases can trigger other disasters, and potential disasters such as nuclear war can hinder recovery. The author's team proposes a research agenda focusing on what they call the four horsemen of the climate endgame: famine and malnutrition, extreme weather, conflict, and vector-borne diseases. Rising temperatures pose a major threat to global food supplies, they say, with the prospect of a breadbasket failure increasing as the world's most agriculturally productive areas undergo collective thawing. Can be victims. Shift and shrink for both people and wildlife. Additionally, the focus should be on identifying all the potential tipping points within the hothouse Earth, the researchers say, from methane released by permafrost to deforestation as a carbon sink. Work, and even the ability to eliminate cloud cover. Note: www.thetechytube.com and its policy do not necessarily agree with the views of this blogger.